coaches, and our school. May we be nourished by this portion. May we be strengthened by our time together. Win or lose, may we show self-control with grateful hearts. For the opportunity to play this game and learn our lessons, we will cherish all our lives. Amen.
Amen.
Go say hi to Miss Christy. Don't be rude.
Coach Kaufman.
Good evening, everybody. When I walked in the door, Matt told me I was going first, and now I know he's going to regret this. So I'm here for middle school volleyball. This has been an incredible season. We have an incredible group of girls. The cool thing about middle school sports, especially here at Town Hall 2, is a lot of our girls are playing for the very first time. So you get to see them learn how to spike the ball, serve the ball overhand, and a lot of them achieved a lot of huge goals that they set this year. We had a great season where we only had 4 losses during the season, and then we went into the tournament ready to go and ended up being second at the end of the year tournament, right after losing all of our starters from the year before. So these group of girls worked so hard to get there. They came together really close early on, then had to be for about 10 days, and then they came back to become even stronger in the end of the season. So it was really incredible to see them. So we have 3 awards here tonight for them. Our first award, this individual is kind of the heart of our team. She doesn't always notice it, I don't think, but the coaches did. Every time she did something really well, or came out really strong, or really kind of never quit on the play, she kind of became the heart of our team. So this year, our saint for our team was St. Rosalima. So this award is called the St. Rosalima Spirit Award, and this is going to go to Abigail Clark. The other person that kind of ran the heart of our team, that kind of drove us all season, is probably the only individual that's louder than me on the sidelines. The one that, if I needed something yelled out and they were tired of hearing me, I'd kind of ask her to do so. And that individual is Finley Morgan, if she's here. And then our shield award, this is somebody I really relied on to kind of be a leader with the team this year. She's somebody that I could turn to when I really needed anything. You know, if I needed a play to kind of put us ahead, if I needed somebody to kind of get that pass to the front, or just get the ball over the net. She was also somebody that I could turn to the stretches, to the prayer, and so this award goes to Jane Sylvester.
Hello everyone, I'm here representing the JV volleyball team. With this being my first season coaching volleyball, it was both very rewarding and challenging all at the same time. The team overcame a lot of adversity during the hard times of COVID, but these obstacles only made us stronger as one. We had some very exciting matches against different rivals, and even those that were lost, I know we're done at full effort and 100%. And as a coach, this is all that I can ever ask for. The first award I'm going to be giving out is the Shield Award. So this player excels in the classroom and on the court. You can see through her determination that she always sets high expectations for herself as well as her team, and she does not settle for less. She always has creative and new ideas for drills and team activities, and is not afraid to share her thoughts and ideas in a positive, helpful manner. Isabella Perez is a great model for the Shield values that this school holds. So this player was new to our school and the sport of volleyball this year, so she was already facing adversity and challenges from the start of the season. Despite an irritating injury she sustained early on, she always did what she could to help the team. I never needed to tell her what to do, and she always found a way that she could help others when she could not participate herself. Halfway through the season, she was asked to play a different position, and despite not really knowing what she was doing at first, she willingly stepped into the role because she knew it was the best for her team. This player was always asking me what she could do at home or over the weekend so that she could play her position better for her team. It was never about herself or her own success, but always about what her team needed from her. Kaylin Getsy truly exemplified the important value of being a team-first player. The last award I have to give is called the Game Changer Award. So this player always presented herself in a professional and positive manner. Emerging as a leader on the court, I can count on her to take charge in stressful situations. She is a player who is not afraid to play aggressively. Oftentimes, her fearless attitude rubbed off on those around her. This player always exemplified the "so what, next play" attitude that I taught from the beginning of the season. When mistakes occurred, she was one of the first to pick herself and her teammates up. When on the bench, she was always the loudest and most supportive, truly always having an impact on the game being played. Savannah Trout was a vital player and a true game changer.
I'm Coach Sanders. I'd like the varsity volleyball team, if these girls could please stand up for me. The varsity volleyball team has had their finest season in the school's history. With a season sweep over rival Thomas Hayward and an invitation to the state tournament, making it to the second round was definitely made it a season to remember. All 12 of these girls contributed to our success, and the season could not have happened without them. I would like first to thank my seniors, Audrey Snyder, Zoe Mast, and Caroline Gilmore. I want to thank you three for everything that you've done for the volleyball program, for your teammates, and I have some of the fondest memories that I've ever had with you three. So thank you all very, very much. And this goes to Casey Graves. Casey dominated the court as our setter and our hitter, managing to cover literally the entire court at the same time. Casey was also selected to our all-region team, Casey Graves. Our Shield Award goes to Zoe Mast. Zoe was the glue that has constantly been the one to hold this team together on and off the court for the last couple seasons. Zoe manages to bring a level of calmness and steadiness to our young team, and we appreciate that. Is Zoe here tonight? Our final award is our MVP this season, and this goes to Emily O'Sullivan. She hit the ground running. Emily's hitting took our play literally to the next level, shattering records along the way. She amassed 131 kills this season with spectacular play all around. Emily also was selected to the all-region team.
Wow.
Players that I'd like to give our awards to, that would be Emma Sauls and Caroline Gilmore. here this year with such a fantastic group of athletes. Our seniors, Lissy Rimble, Jessica Tilton, Ashley Burke, and Brenna Frank set great examples for our team in terms of skill, kindness, and camaraderie. Our, again, head coach, Anissa, and I would like to recognize the entire team. So as I say the name, please stand, ladies. Our seniors, Lissy, Jessica, Ashley, and Brenna. Already spotted you guys. Our juniors, Rue Bennett, Emma, Marcella. Our sophomores, Jetzel, Shemaya, Mara, Millie, and Brooke. Thank you, ladies. A couple words I want to give tonight. I want to especially acknowledge our Shield Award winner, who is coincidentally our longest standing JP2 cheerleader to date, starting back in the 7th grade. And this Shield Award goes to Captain Lissy Rimble. And in turn, everyone needs a sidekick to keep the party going and keep us laughing and also teach us the cheers. And so we want to give our Team Choice Award to Jessica Tilton, our other captain.
Ah, Jessica! So cute.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and athletes. Coach Brock here, cross-country coach for middle school boys and girls and varsity boys and girls. John Williamson also helped all the teams, and JD Robert, who just got married this weekend. He's also our track coach, also helped coach this year and the last 4 years. We've had a great season. This is the most runners we've had, middle school and varsity, and we run all together and practice all together. So we had 5 girls, middle school girls, which is the most we've had. We had 8 middle school boys, 7 varsity girls, which is the most we've had, 17 boys running for the varsity team. Great season for all the teams. Our middle school girls actually got first place at one of the meets this year, and they placed 4th overall in the region. Our boys placed first a few times, and they got first place in all region. Our middle school boys. Our varsity girls had an incredible year. They placed first place in regular season meets 3 times, and they were 2nd in region, and they were 5th in state overall. And our boys also finished first quite a few times. 2nd 4 times this year. They were 3rd in region, and they were 6th place in state. We have quite a few awards tonight with being middle school and varsity. For our girls, our most valuable player or runner was Ayla Reynolds. Ayla was first place this year, also in varsity and middle school, and Ayla was all region for varsity sports, for varsity cross country. Our Shield Award also had some excellent races this year in both varsity and middle school. And our most improved this year was Hollis Melnick. They were able to run a lot of races, and both the girls Blake also is an all-region varsity runner, so Blake is going to be showing us a lot this year, as long as he keeps running. Our Shield Award goes to a phenomenal runner. I've watched him grow up over the years from St. Gregory to Grange to John Paul. Sebastian Frickle. Sebastian also got all region for varsity. And our most improved runner, Matt Janacek.
It looks like our kids like that.
High school girls, we've had some rough years in the past, but not having enough runners to score for so many years. Since 2015 when we won the state championship. So I'm so glad to see a number of girls come up and run this year. Our most valuable runner this year was Brady Mahoney. Our Shield Award goes to Grace Henderson. Grace is a new runner. John Paul, continue running. And our most improved runner was Rose Witkowski. Rose. Here she is. Rose does not like running at all, like the mom makes her run. And I'm very appreciative of that because she's a great runner. And she's got a wonderful attitude. For our high school boys, our most valuable runner is our senior, one of our seniors, Oliver Witkowski. Oliver had a great year. Been running for us. Our Shield Award goes to Anderson DeWitt. I know he's got one more year to go, and he's going to be also make next year as a senior. And our most improved, Chris Porta. Here and really came out and gave it his all, and I really appreciate that. With that, that's all we've got, and I am so proud of all that we did this year. And I'm sad to say that I'm handing over the helm to Jamie, but I know she's been doing an awesome job. Thank you.
Good evening. I'll be taking care of the middle school football awards to start. This past year we had very few numbers on our middle school football team. Even though we had some kids that really pushed hard. I think the last game we dressed out 12 kids and we still finished the game and we won the next to last game. Throughout the summer, it's tough getting the middle school guys to show up, ride issues and various things, but we did have a core group that showed up throughout the summer. When school started, we were still short with numbers, but they did a good job recruiting the halls and got us a few new players who had never played before, and they turned out to be pretty good players. With the first award we'll give out is the most standing offensive player of the year. This player I do not think had played before. He got recruited out of the hallways and came a little bit late. He jumped right into one of the most tense positions at playing quarterback and kind of helped run our offense, and without him, I don't know if the offense would have moved the ball at all. But this year's most outstanding offensive player of the year goes to Roman Camilla. The next award is the most outstanding defensive player of the year. This player was a two-sport athlete in the fall, and when you think two-sport athlete in the fall, it's tough to think what other sport they might be doing besides football. Well, this person did have to miss a few practices, but when he missed practices, it's because he was running 3, 4, and 5 mile runs for Coach Rob and for Coach Thomas, Coach Williamson. He was not the biggest player on the field. He did come out a few times after having some big hits, and sometimes we thought he might not want to go back in, and it wouldn't take long, and he'd go right back in on the field, and he gave it everything he had. Most Outstanding Defensive Player of the Year award goes to Blake Hubie. Next will be the Lineman Award. This again was another first-year player. Most outstanding linemen, you know, they often go unrecognized throughout the entire year. They don't really have stats, especially on the middle school level. So sometimes it can be hard to find people willing to put in the effort to be an outstanding lineman. This past year we were lucky we had quite a few good linemen that were dedicated, but this year's Most Outstanding Lineman Award goes to Zach Henderson. The last award for middle school is the Shield Award. This award goes to someone who could have gotten probably either of the offense or defensive awards. This person showed up all summer long. When it comes to football IQ for someone on the middle school level, this person really had a high IQ for a middle school football player. He was dedicated, and I would say there's no question he loves football. The Shield Award this year goes to Carson Bonds. Moving on to the Varsity Football Awards. This year started off kind of rough. When we first started the preseason, we were down a few players with injuries, one being our starting center. And I think it was very obvious when we played our first game in Hilton Head Prep how far we needed to go to be able to compete this year. Luckily, with the dedication from our kids, I think one good gauge of how much a team improved is how they are at the beginning of the year compared to the last game of the season. Lucky for us this year, our test was the same test at the beginning of the year as it was at the end of the year. Our opening game of the season, we went to Hilton Head Prep at about 150 degree heat, and we got beat. We got beat sound by about 22 points. Fast forward about 10 weeks later, for us it was only about 7 games later, but fast forward the whole season, and we were able to beat them convincingly on our field that locked up third place in the region and a playoff berth. So I think to see where we were to where we finished, I do feel like we made some good strides. With the core group coming back with only 4 seniors, I feel like what we can do this coming year is going to be even better. The awards this year were very tough, but we'll start with our most outstanding offensive player. This player passed, now he only played 8 games this year. He passed for over 500 yards for 9 touchdowns. Over 25% of his completions went for touchdowns. He had 846 yards rushing in only 8 games, which means he averaged over 100 yards a game rushing. Rushed for 6 touchdowns, 4 two-point conversions, and 1 kickoff return for a touchdown. He was also voted by the SCISA, by our region coaches, as first team all region. This year's most outstanding offensive player goes to Christian Tilton. The next award is going to be the most outstanding defensive players of the year award. I say players because this year it ended up being co-defensive players of the year. At the time, Coach Tammy was pushing for award names. We thought we'd have this in the fall, and we weren't quite done with the season. And at the time, these 2 players were within 1 or 2 tackles apiece for the entire season up until that point. The 2 most outstanding defensive player of the year, I'm going to read their names and then I'll tell you their stats. Goes to Peter Hughes and Michael Carbone. First team all year. Michael Carbone finished with 94 tackles, 7 tackles for losses. Peter had 81 tackles, 12 tackles for losses, 1 sack, and 1 interception. They were by far our 2 leading tackles. middle school probably could have gone to quite a few different players. We had some injuries on the offensive line over the last 2 years, which tend to happen, but this guy has really stepped in ever since he was an 8th grader and became a starter last year. He started again this year as a freshman. Fortunately, he plays both sides of the ball. He was our 3rd leading tackler on the season with 57 tackles. And from a defensive line position, that's pretty impressive. But the most outstanding lineman goes to Sebastian Slusky. Sebastian was also voted by the region coaches the Skiza All-Region 2nd team. The Shield Award, this player could receive pretty much any of the other awards we've given out tonight. He finished the season with 31 tackles, 2 interceptions. He rushed for 405 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns, 297 receiving yards, so totaled over 700 yards of offense and 8 touchdowns, 10 if you count special teams. He's that guy that shows up every day. We've never had an attitude issue with him for the 3 years I've been here. He's quiet, but he's exactly what you want on the field. And this year's Shield Award, and also Skiza All-Region 1st team, goes to Mark Knight.
Wow.
The other 2 region awards that we have in the Skiza All-Region 2nd team, they go to Sam Rimmel and Jackson Ogden.
Jackson! Jackson!
Congrats, Jackson. Hey, where's my foods?
Good evening. I represent the swim team. First, I'd like to quickly thank Principal McCarthy and Matt for allowing us to bring swimming back to JP2. It's been quite a number of years since we've had any swimmers represent the school. And though we were a small team with only 4 middle school swimmers, we had good results. Our season consisted of 5 swim meets total, and in that time frame, we had 29 top 10 finishes. 5 of which were top 3 were top 2, and 1 first place finish at the state meet. After the first meet of the season, we were lucky enough to have Riley join our team, and that moved us from a team of 3 swimmers to a team of 4, which was a big deal because this allowed us to start participating in relays. This was capitalized on at the state meet, where both our 200 and 400 free relays placed 3rd. Overall, JP2 finished 4th at the state meet, just missing out on the 3rd place position by 6 points. The JP2 community should be very proud of these 4 ladies, as they were going up against teams all year that were 5 times the size of them. This year's Shield Award goes to Nell Winslow. Nell was always supportive of her teammates, had a positive attitude, and a willingness to listen to the coach's advice. Nell demonstrated perseverance throughout the season, chasing after the qualifying time to allow her to participate in the state meet with the rest of the team. This year's MVP award goes to Aubrey Parada. Aubrey was consistently among the top finishers in her events throughout the season, but most impressively finishing 1st place at the state meet in the 500 freestyle and 2nd place in the 100 breaststroke, in addition to participating in the relays, both finishing 3rd. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Ed Neal, coach of the girls tennis team. And we got a special group of girls this year. After several losing seasons, we had our first winning season in 6 years. We had a lot of highlights this year. I'm going to just read off 4 or 5 of them to you. A lot of firsts this year. We really put John Paul on the tennis map this year, both in the region and in the state. Besides our first winning season, we won our first Region 4A Class 2A championship. We also won our first state playoff win. We hosted PD Academy, won our quarterfinal match, and we're really proud of our support. We had about 50 people there in the community at Rhodes Hill to watch that match. We had our first week, Hilton Head Christian Academy, one of our big rivals that always has a strong team. In the first match, I'd like to give some credit to Greta Frank, doubles partner, Alexa Edie. We were tied 4-4 going into the last match, and they won the tiebreaker in that to give us a 5-4 win. The next time we played Christian Academy, we spanked them 8-1. So really a pretty cool win here. We had our first All-State player this year, freshman floor, and we had our first time we had 2 all-region players. That was Trice and also Bella Crespo. Real quick, I'd like to give thanks to all the players. And I don't know if everybody's here tonight, but if you would, stand up, I'll call your name. 2 seniors, I know Greta Frank is here. KC, are you here tonight? Just stand up very briefly. The rest of the players, Trice McClure, Bella Crespo, Samantha Riley, Paige Winiger, Alexa Edie, Maria Suter is not here tonight. Okay. Also want to thank all of our parents who really supported this team this year. They did a lot of driving, and I really appreciate that. I'm going to have to drive the bus one time this year. Okay. Team mothers this year did a super job. I'd like to give a shout out to Jennifer Winiger and Ann McClure. They did most of the driving, all the refreshments, drinks and snacks. I'm sorry that Coach Ava Nixon couldn't be here tonight. Ava was a real move to our team this year. Her energy, the girls loved her. She was so good during the matches. She would come to the edge of the fence and talk to the girls. She had that type of calming personality, believe it or not. She can't be calm. She really helped us win a couple of matches. Okay, now for the special awards.
Go help him.
First,
You're going to give them the old presidential speech.
Alexa Edie. Alexa. She really worked on her all-court game, come from up court. Always had a good serve and good medicator.
4 schools.
Did a great job. Second award.
Always started the season. 4 schools about 3 weeks ago.
One to Vice McClure. Fantastic year. As an 8th grader, she was all region. As a freshman, she made all region and all state. She had 11-1 record in singles. The only person she lost to was a girl from Christian Academy. And the next time she played her, she revenged that match and won that time. She was 11-1. She beat the #1 girl in the state championship team. I was part of her today. She was a senior, so that was quite a big. That was a tiebreaker. We were right down 12-10 or something. It was very close. twice and get 2 leaders, get the MVP award. Isabella. She was a transfer from Texas, San Antonio. They had a little bit of adjustment first to get used to the sports down here, but she wound up being a number 2 player. She and Price were really good. One knows. Congratulations to Noah. This award exemplifies leadership, integrity, service. And this award this year is going to one of my co-captains. By the way, I'm a captain of Saturday co-captains. Samantha Riley and Paige Winter, co-captains for the last 3, maybe 4 years. They have really set the tone for our team. They lead the team in drills, they lead the team in prayers. I'm not there, but you probably coach the team. Really that dependable. So this year, the Shield Award is going to Paige Winter.
Oh, no shish.
Hello, I'm Coach Fred, middle school boys coach. All the boys, please stand. We finished with 17-9, number 3 in the state. First award, Offensive Player of the Year. This was a tough one between 2 of the guys. But I believe this guy deserved it. Sebastian Frank. Next award is Defensive Player of the Year. This guy played all over the court for me, from top of the key to rebounding and everything. Alan Wolf. The Shield Award. This kid was hurt, and it took me all the world not to put him in the game because he kept wanting to play the whole time. And remember this thing and trust me, Jackson Brown. I have 2 other awards I need to give out. I couldn't leave without giving them out. I have one, most dedicated. This kid didn't make the team, but he was at every practice, at every game. Leo. This was the heart and soul of our team. One of my captains, when I got here late, he had them expecting doing what they needed to do, and he kept them in line. Garrett E. Cox.
Good evening, I'm TJ Long, Coach TJ for the JV boys. This is Coach CJ, who is an alumni, used to play for us, and now is helping to coach the JV team. JV boys had a pretty successful season, 15-4. The 4 losses came within 6 points, combined 6 points for those 4 losses, which means we need to get the gym and start shooting some free throws, right guys? Anyway, for the first award goes to the Kobe Bryant Excellence Award, goes to Sebastian Sloosby. Sebastian was one of our kids that we can tell on game in and game out to go in there and get things done when needed. The whole team really excelled night in and night out. They really answered the call and improved and got each other to get better every night. The next one is probably just as important as the starting member. It's my 6th man award, goes to Jackson Sanders. This kid always told me after the players how he could get better, wanting to get better, and he excelled throughout the season and came in strong for us. And our Shield Award goes to the guy that didn't see the court much, but was always there and could always count on us to get things going when things weren't going the way that we needed them to. This one goes to Matthew Carvalho. And I'd like to take the privilege to announce Coach Matt Cameron one more time for the boys varsity basketball.
Our varsity boys basketball team, we finished the season this year 13-10. Very good year, contrary to it almost being 500. 5-5 in the region, which you sit there and say, well, you know, you're in the middle, but in our region that was actually pretty good. Nevertheless, for the 4th straight year in a row, we secured a 2A playoff spot. Something to be proud of. I don't think we had a kid that was over 6'1", and that's really like when Finn Mahoney didn't have his haircut. So probably more like 6 foot, 5'11". To my seniors, Mark, Mike, Ian, I just want to thank you for all the hard work, time you put into the program, leading by example. You have set the bar high, and you will certainly be missed. First award, Shield Award this year. This year's Shield Award goes to Austin Floyd. Austin was a key component of the court with his high IQ, selfless play. He rarely led us in scoring, steals, or assists, but he was always tasked with guarding the other team's best player. He was our glue that made everyone around him better. In the event he wasn't in the game, that never stopped him from being a great teammate and encouraging his other friends on the court. Awesome. Our Game Changer Award this year, that goes to Jackson Hall. Jackson Hall can play out of position. He typically guarded a much bigger player, but his ability to score, his hustle, his smarts, and physical play would many times allow him to win those difficult matchups. We could always count on him to settle the team, handle the ball, and get us set up offensively. Jackson Hall. Our most outstanding contributor award this year goes to Mark Knight. Our most experienced player, Mark has relied upon to score points, play multiple positions, and provide us the energy we needed in critical situations. He's a 4-year starter, was all-region and all-state both his junior and senior years. Just wanted to send a special thank you to all of our parents for helping out, for assisting, particularly Dan Ogden, always very there to keep the book. Coach Floyd, Coach TJ. I don't think anyone's mentioned Coach Thomas tonight. Can't do it without him. Also the assistant athletic director, Andy Shaw. She does everything around here. Please give her a hand. And one more we had, key component to our season this year. Didn't get a lot of recognition because he missed quite a few games with an injury. But Christian Tilton, honorable mention.
Christian, yeah.
And I'm getting red shirt on, representing Coach Rob Norris in the middle school. They once again had a great season. They won the early bird tournament at St. Francis. They won the season at Hilton Head Prep. I don't know, but all I know is the future is so bright for girls basketball at John Paul, and it starts right with them. I want to acknowledge three of my JV players, Emma, Lauren, and Lily. We were back and forth, up and down, and we got a lot of games played, and they were great help. So the middle school awards, most improved. This young lady's sky's the limit hit, and they know what I mean when I say hit. Evelyn Miller. And right on top of that, the Rookie Sensation Award is for Sister Hollis, the two of them. And the Shield Award, a young lady that was with them last year and this year, and she's going to do great things. Looking forward to her coming on up to JV as a 9th grader, Madison Burke. And I'll just put my little 2 cents in for the middle school. We're going to start soon with the gym in the summertime. I've said to them, just give me 10 minutes a day to the varsity and the JV. I'm telling the middle school the same thing. 10 minutes a day. I'm just looking for ball handling, whatever gets you there. All right? My JV girls, it was so exciting to have JV basketball back at John Paul again. We had skipped 2 years. To make it work, we had to shuffle them. I think I had a max of 6 or 8 practices with actually everybody there. I think we were 9-2. One loss was St. Vincent. We had kids having to play up, and we forgot to play the first half of the North of Prep, but we killed them the second half. So it was a great year and just a wonderful group of kids. I cannot thank my parents enough. When I came to John Paul 4 years ago, I let them know that I don't drive buses. So, you know, my parents, they're the best. Principal Harvey, Matt, the support at this school is just wonderful. So on to my most best offensive player award is Lily. Last summer, and it's going to be another great summer and another great year. Great job. My MVP award, a young lady that did a lot up and down, in and out, but Savannah Trott had a Savannah's got a really bright future as a 9th grader heading into 10th. Just keep working, girl. young lady that could have been my most valuable player. She could have been offensive, she could have been defensive. She's just a great kid, and truly they all were. So it was really tough, but I'm going to honor Cameron Moore. I'll thank her mother, Tricia, for being a great sport for me. It's awesome. I'm going to just take 2 more minutes. I moved to South Carolina in this area in 2000. So I've been down here 22 years. Because of that, I've coached basketball, I think 20 of those years. And I've been around public schools, private schools, high schools, middle schools. And I want to congratulate John Paul, because without a doubt, I've been around, and this is the best. This is the best. This is where I will end up. When I leave, it'll be as a coach at John Paul. Constantly, my husband does a lot of tutoring, and kids come out, and I'm constantly promoting John Paul, and they say, what's the best? And I said, I'm a very big energy person, and the energy at John Paul is overwhelming. It really is, and that goes for the staff, the principal, mostly the kids, the acts of kindness, just those little things. It's got a great energy. It's just a wonderful school, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. Thank you.
Just a little bit after if I could have the varsity girls basketball team please stand up and be acknowledged. I have 3 JV girls that are earning their varsity basketball as well because they played up with us quite a bit, and that's Cameron, Michael, Caroline, Rostad, and Savannah Tribe. So thank you for that. Parents that are just so helpful, and honestly, all of our parents have always been so good to me. They're good to our team, and I just couldn't ask for better parents. So thank you for being there for us, for the taxi rides, for the snacks, and for everything. Terry Mahoney, thank you for the videos. Couldn't do it without you. We watch those constantly, so thank you so much. And Gail Mahoney for filling in every now and then. He's not as good as she is, but okay. Also, I'd like to thank Brent, Tricia, and Mike for all that you did with rotating to take care of the book. That's a hard job, and I'm so thankful.
Wrong mic.
I'm just saying that where I would put out there. I begged her for years to come over here. It took a few years. She liked, I think, where she was and what she was doing. But once we got her here, we're not going to let her go. All right. So we have a hard-working group of girls this year, and through the good and sometimes not so good, they grew as a unit, and we have a lot to look forward to in the coming years. I want to say thank you to my 3 seniors, Brenna Frank, Caroline Gilmore, and Maddie Heathcock. Your leadership, dedication, and laughter meant the world to me, and meant the world to the team, and we just all wish you the best in your next adventures. Now for my awards. So my awards this year they're not the typical awards that we've always done, but we're going with our 3 most impactful players of the year. And these ladies were proven fighters, and they never backed down, even against all the pressure. And there is a lot of pressure. We are in one of the toughest regions, I think, in South Carolina when it comes to schools of basketball. My first award is named the Resilient Award, and it goes to someone who fought through pain most of the season, yet managed to be second in rebounds, points, assists, and steals. She played her best games against our toughest opponents and helped us stay competitive in the big games. And this award's going to Brady Mahoney. My second award is called the Tenacious Award, and it is going to the player who seems to know one speed, has a knack for making dynamic plays and aggravating opponents. With her speed and athleticism, she made quite the impact on our team. The Tenacious Award goes to Casey Graves. Brady Mahoney was also an all-region player at the field for the outset. Congratulations for that, too. My last award is the Shield Award. This award is going to the glue of our team, the one who led us so gracefully in prayer and so dominantly on the hardwood. To put it simply, she's a leader on the court, in the hub, and in the classroom. And she will be greatly missed. This year's Shield Award, and also we could call her the MVP as well, goes to Maddie Cox.
Unfortunately, Coach Mazzeo and Coach Newman could not make it tonight, so I'll be announcing the Sailing Awards. And Thomas Mazzeo is just going to come up and just give a brief highlight of the season. Junior varsity Most Improved Sailing Award goes to Ryan Brown. Ryan. Our Most Improved Varsity Award this year goes to Aiden Colstead. And this year's Shield Award goes to Thomas Mazzeo.
Nervous this year since we lost our main team skipper. He graduated, but Daniel and Tay definitely stepped up there. So I'd like to thank for that. And then last but certainly not least, Caroline is hard as nails, for sport, for the athlete. And thank you to all of y'all for their great.
Hi, my name is Tam Graves. I've been a temporary fill-in archery coach for about 4 or 5 years now. The archery team had a great year this year. Our team grew to 26 archers. It's the largest team that we've had. It's probably the largest team in the school district. It was a little crazy at times, but we worked through it. Without the help of the older kids, it just wouldn't have been possible. We competed in several tournaments, both local and statewide. JP2 archers are a little bit different than the rest of the schools that we compete with. They compete with focus, determination, and they represent true sportsmanship. So to keep it short, all right, my first award tonight is the Top Flight Award, which I have trouble picking these awards out because all the kids do a great job. But this young lady has been with us for several years. She is basically an assistant coach. She organizes all of our photos. She does paperwork that helps me keep things in order. She even organizes our meals where we're going to eat after the tournaments when we travel. She basically just keeps us on course. Our Top Flight Award goes to Casey Moten. Is Casey here? All right, our next award is our Team Leader Award. This one goes to a young man that he's always the first to show up. He's the last to leave. He helps me with the equipment. I don't even have to ask. He always makes sure that anything that needs to be done is always done. It's my team leader award. It goes to Anderson and Williams. And lastly, my shield award. This young lady's been with me for quite a while. She is always quiet, focused, and she really helps the other archers improve their skills, usually with a one-on-one basis. But she represents the school well and is always determined to have a top score, no matter where we compete. Our shield award goes to Claire Patel. Claire. Thank you.
I just broke the camera. Oh, I should, hey, what's going on? What's the different definition of ugly?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bill Dubuque. I'm the wrestling coach here at JP2. They told me I only had 25 minutes tonight, so I'm going to kind of keep it brief. My assistant wrestling coach, probably the best assistant wrestling coach in the state, Greg Lawns, was a great asset to our team this year. If I could quickly have all the wrestlers please stand, give them some recognition. Parents, I want to thank you. You guys were great supporters of the wrestling team all season long, great travelers. No matter where we were wrestling, we could always count on having great fans and the number of fans in the stands, cheering the guys on. The thing about wrestling, there's one team, 8th grade through seniors. There's one level. It doesn't matter how big the high school, skis school is in the state, we're going against them. So this year's season recap, we had one of our best seasons by far. We were region champs for the first time this year. We finished the season 10-6 in dual meets. We finished the state dual tournament 5th place behind the big, what I call the big 4 high schools out of Columbia. And we came within a match or two, maybe, of beating Cardinal Newman to advance to the finals, or Final Four for that tournament. So those guys did a tremendous job with that. We had 4 placers individually at the state tournament this year. And we had a number of new wrestlers. I think we had 9 new wrestlers on the team. We're still looking for the big guys. Yeah. Cole was our biggest kid at 182 pounds. Another thing about wrestling, he's just a big guy. We got one guy that weighs 75 pounds all the way up, and we can have him up to 285. So we need to fill in some of those spots at the top. Maybe we'll get those top 4 teams in Columbia next season. Awards this evening, we're going to pass out 4 awards. First one goes to a Skiza All-State 2nd team for finishing 2nd in the state this year. One of our better wrestlers. I think he lost 1 match in Skiza this season. Peter Tornese. Peter had another great season for us. We're looking for bigger things, state championship next year. This next award goes to our most improved wrestler, who happens to be, I think, a 3rd-year wrestler. Wrestling takes time for some to catch on. First year for sure, it's tough for anybody. There's not a wrestler alive that didn't have a tough first season. This young man made a tremendous stride from last year's season to this year. We can count on him for a lot of victories. Coach and I both were amazed by the improvement he made over the last year's season. So this year's Most Improved Wrestler Award goes to Will Rooney. next award goes to one of our captains. I think he's been on the team as long as I've been coaching the team. Seems like he's been around forever. He does a tremendous job. Whatever we need him to do, he's always there to do. He's always trying to pump up the other wrestlers and get them going. This year we have Coach's Award goes to Cole Woodall. And our final award this evening is the Shield Award. Goes to a great wrestler on the mat, but also he's a great person off the mat. He is involved in so many different things. Coaching this sport for almost 40 years now. It's great to see kids accomplish things outside of their sporting areas for any sport. That is true. This young man earned his Eagle Award for Scouts this year with the project, and he's always been a great wrestler for the team. One of our leaders, Jack Brock.
All right, I'm Jason Cotter, head coach of the JV baseball team. We're here for a good time, not a long time. I'll try to be brief. We're 5-5 this season, but if anybody knows the baseball program, we have a brand new field over there, first year. Our team and program is definitely on the rise moving forward. We play some JV teams, meaning we can't play against 10th and 11th graders, and we are a 5th through 8th grade team. For some of the players, as a coach, we're here because we want to lead these people and lead these young men. And I think probably their highlight was to find out that the majority of the team knows what weighs more between a pound of bricks and a pound of feathers. That seemed to be the highlight of their season, I think. I had a few. I can't give an award to everybody, although everybody did a very good job in knowing what their role on the team was. So I have a few people I wanted to highlight, but I'm sorry, I don't have enough awards for you. One is the person, one I wanted to thank the Evans family for keeping score. I know they're not here tonight. And second, I want to thank Case Spencer for running Game Changer to keep all of our stats. I wanted to thank Coach Jennings for being a great umpire when he was called upon. Coach Toby for keeping our field in shape. Coach Galix for organizing everything. There was one player who led our team in ERA with a 0 ERA, meaning he gave up no runs during the whole season, and he led the team in extra base hits. That's Chase Cotter. The person who pitched the most innings on the team and was second in batting average was Talon Putnam. And as a coach, no matter when the ball's hit hard, you're always like, oh, I don't know, he's going to catch it. If it ever went to center field, I was like, he's got it. That's pretty good. So I have 4 awards to give out. This award is called the Down and Dirty Award. I don't know if you know this, but some of the equipment that you wear are called the tools of ignorance. I asked at the beginning of the year who wants to play catcher, and there was only one hand up. He did an outstanding job. He caught every pitch, which meant he wasn't allowed to be on the mound because I know he can play lots of different positions. He did a great job behind the plate. It's a rough spot back there. So this award goes to Zachary Moll. So, Zachary only played one position. He was our catcher all year. This award is to the most versatile player because there's nothing better than when you say, can you play left field? Yeah, coach, he runs out there. Play center field? Yeah. Play shortstop? Yeah. Play second field? Yeah. Play pitcher? Yeah. So this award goes to Alan Wolf. Our MVP award, this person basically led our team in every offensive category, batting average, batting average, on base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, ABC, 1, 2, 3. He led us in everything. He is our MVP, Jackson Riley. I have one more last award to give out. This is the Shield Award, also known as the Warrior Award. It was to go to the person who most represented a warrior. And unlike a lot of the other sports, because we have a brand new field, there's work outside of playing the game that needs to be done. And this person was the first person there when something needed to be done. A yes, sir, a no, sir. Thank you very much. Really a leader on and off the field. Did the most with the time that he was there. And so the Shield Award goes to Griffin Spencer.
I'm the head varsity baseball coach at JP2. This year was very interesting for us because it was the first season that we ever had our own home field. So we have been traveling to Hardyville for the past few years. We practiced on a little patch of grass when I first got here. I can't believe we didn't hit any cars because we were actually hitting fly balls in the front lawn. So I am very blessed to have our own home field. So before we give out any awards for varsity, I'd like to take some time and recognize everyone that's been a part of building that field, whether it's physically out there, putting nails in the dugouts, and all the behind the scenes that got that field built where it is now. So people like Brian Rizzo, who goes under the radar, but he's there every weekend fixing the Sam Pro. Toby Colella, who showed off his great carpentry work and his painting skills. And obviously Richard Jennings. If it wasn't for Richard, there is no field. So this dream became a reality this year. So we are very thankful and we're very excited for the future of John Paul baseball. This season, we had a lot of ups and downs. The record doesn't show our growth, but when you see our first game, you look at a lot of guys that have never played together. On our last game, you look at a group of guys that have matured, they grew together, and they're starting to play together for each other. And as a coach, you love to see that transition from not knowing everyone, maybe not getting along, to by the end of the season, it's one family now with the same goal, the same heartbeat. And that's all I wanted by the end of the season, and I'm so excited to go into next year and see the future and the potential that we have. So now it's time for our awards. First one is a kid that, if I ever drive by the field on a weekend, he's in the batting cage. He's in the batting cage before practice, he's in the batting cage after practice. If you're looking for him, go to the batting cage. You'll see him there. He's also a kid that not a lot of people want to be a catcher. It is a tough spot to be. You get hit by baseballs, and that's never fun. So it says a lot that he was our offensive MVP. He led the team in every stat when it comes to offense, from batting average to on-base percentage. So the first one, and he's also a first team all-region voted by coaches as an 8th grader, Roman Colella. And on the other side of it, defensively. So this is the guy that had to mature really quickly. We put him in a position where he had to make plays, and he kept us in games, whether it was pitching or playing first base. There wasn't a ball that ever got by him. It was amazing some of the catches he made. It was amazing what he did defensively. We wouldn't be the team we were without him. The defensive award goes to Archie DeWitt. Now this next one is a little surprising because he's an outstanding athlete. And I've said it about 100 times every time he steps off the field. I said, you're an amazing athlete. He really is, all around. He's a 3-sport athlete. He's an unbelievable football player, unbelievable basketball player. And I don't think baseball is his favorite sport, honestly. It's a sport that I feel like he can get really great at. But I put him in a lot of uncomfortable situations. I remember when I was his JV coach, I would throw him out on the mound with bases loaded, no outs. But with all of those experiences, he has become a very well-rounded baseball player. This season, he moved his position to third base, something that he was not used to. And if you know third base is the hot corner, that's something that takes a lot of time to get comfortable with. He quickly adapted, and from what I think, he's a great athlete. So the most improved award, most improved baseball award, goes to Christian Tilt. Our Shield Award. Looking at our team, we had a lot of new guys. We didn't have a lot of seniors, but there was one senior that really stood out. And whether it was his comic relief that kind of kept it lighthearted, his stories that I can't tell you, trust me. But this is a guy that he was at practice. He was always there. He led the team when we needed him. And we needed to dig deep. He's a guy that would push other players. And that's all I really want in a leader, is someone that's going to lead by example and push his other teammates to get better. He's not here right now. He's probably out catching some fish somewhere. But the Shield Award goes to Rance Jennings. Now, there's one guy who just came to our school. He's a new transfer. I fell in love with the kid from the first day when he had Crocs on and curls. And I said, well, I've heard that this kid's a great baseball player, but I've never seen anyone with curls on that can pitch that well. So he kept us in games. He really did. We beat a lot of good teams that we probably shouldn't have, and a lot of it has to do with Ross. Ross Putnam was first team all-region. Good job, Ross. Finally, we would like to thank Matt Hammond. He's been a guy that I have really leaned on a lot as a mentor. Whenever I have questions, he's always there to answer, whether what time it is or, hey Matt, I just got tossed out of this game. I hope you're not too mad at me. But the guys on the team signed this for you, Matt, so we'd like to give this to you. We really do appreciate everything that you've done for us, Matt.
like to start out by thanking people my first before getting this presentations. I'd like to thank the parents of the golf team for all the travel and all the efforts they put forward. I'd like to have the golf team stand up if I could. All stuff in the audience so you can get some recognition. The golf season, like the other sports here, we're having a 2-year hiatus. We're happy to get back to the games, so to speak. Our goal at the beginning of the year was to get back to the state tournament. That was the one goal we had. That and the unity of the team, which we accomplished. We did get back to the state tournament this year. I think everybody had a good time out there. We finished 11th for the state. And I think the nucleus that we have as a team going forward, we can get back there in the years to come. One thing came to mind before I got up here. I was looking around all you student athletes, and just one thing came to mind. Tonight, when you get home, take a minute and thank your parents. They're the ones that are giving you this opportunity. They're the ones that are sharing your award. They're the ones that are the most proud of you. Thank them tonight when you get home. And our awards tonight, the Shield Award goes to an individual that just kept impressing me all year long. I think he exemplifies the award. Every time I heard something different about Teddy, it was amazing. It goes to Teddy Over. I'd also like to thank kind of the sponsor of the golf team this year. I know he's not here tonight, but his name is Robert Collard. Mr. Collard donated golf bags and golf balls for the team this year, and it was greatly appreciated, so thanks to him. Our next award goes to a young man who exemplifies golf, exemplifies everything about golf, in stature, performance. When I first met Gabe earlier this year, he told me what kind of player he was, and as a first-year freshman, I wasn't sure, but he proved it all year long. Gabe went through the season this year with an average of 36.0 and 9 score, which is even par. Gabe finished third individually at the state tournament, and Gabe is our MVP. Gabe also was first team All-Region, varsity golf, and also SCISA first team All-State.
All three of them. Wow.
I'm here for middle school boys soccer. This season was an incredible season. These boys worked really hard. I hold our boys to a very high standard during the season. Not only on the field, off the field, these boys work hard to meet that every day. They know that we had a great season with only 2 losses. They tied twice and 7 wins. And we went to that tournament strong. These boys worked really hard. The most incredible thing with this young group of men is that they never quit on the ball. And every day, even if we were down or behind, they fought to try to get ahead or win games or tie them again. And nothing is out of their hands. So we have 4 awards here today for them. We're going to start with our Most Improved Award. This award goes to somebody that, no matter where I put him on the field this year, he just did his job. A lot of times, arguably, he could do his job, but he worked extremely hard to get there. And he got even better throughout the season. This award goes to Tommy Rebel. Our next award goes to our Most Outstanding Offensive Player. This player came in this season, he was brand new to our team, and he fit just right into the team, and he was a great addition. We always knew when he got the ball, he was going to do something special, and a lot of times it was finishing the ball. And so this award goes to Blake Human. My third award is our most outstanding defensive player. This award goes to somebody I refer to him as deceptively athletic, because he's somebody that no matter what, he just kind of would hang out in the back, but when we need him to chase somebody down, he would chase them down every single time. And he did his job. He held down that defense throughout the year, and without him, we couldn't have gotten where we were. So this award goes to Jonah Mass. Our last award is our Shield Award. I'll say this is the one young man that I never had to worry about. He always did the right thing. He held his team together. Everybody knew it was his very first year coming into soccer, and he exceeded all expectations. I look forward to hearing how great he becomes, and this award goes to Leo Escandar.
Hey guys, I'm Coach Fox. Can I get the boys varsity soccer team to stand up for a minute? Some good-looking kids, aren't they? Heck yeah. All right, I was told that I'm on limited time. People tell me that a lot. We're going to try to stick to it today. So I'm going to start off talking about our accomplishments real fast. I mean, to wrap it up, we had the most successful soccer season in the history of John Paul II. Go down the list here. We were Region 1 champs, undefeated in Region 6-0 in Region play, and we outscored Region opponents 27-1. And Christian Academy hasn't scored on us since last year. Moving on to an overall record, we finished 15-3. I'm not real good on numbers, but that's got to be up there as one of the better finishes for a soccer program here. Cool thing is we went 3-2 against SCHSL public schools. The only two knocks we took were to Bluffton and Buford, and those are some big, strong, talented soccer teams. We went 12-1 against SCISA opponents. We did not lose to a SCISA opponent until we met one in the state final. On the year, we scored 76 goals for, and we only had 13 scored against us. It's pretty impressive. That's quality defense. And then kind of cap onto that, this is crazy. I've been coaching for 15 years and I've never been able to say this out loud before. We went 7 consecutive games without being scored on. At the beginning of the season, they all looked at me and they said, we want to win a championship, coach. And I hopped in the car with Nate on the way home one of the days. I was like, man, they're not going to win a state championship. He said, no, they're not. I said, they're not. And they proved us wrong every step of the way, guys. They worked their butts off and fell just a little bit short, state runners-up. But these boys battled the 3-time defending champs to a 3-2 loss. We had their backs against the wall the whole game. I could not be more proud of you boys. Good stuff. Guys, this is hands down one of the most, and these boys know this, and I'll say it a million more times, one of the most successful groups that I've ever been a part of. So thank you.
Wow.
All right, let's get some awards out of the way. Let me get Evan, Mark, Anthony, Ben, and Sam up here. Ben, why are you sitting so far away from Mark?
Benji.
All right. These young men standing up here are all first team, all region selections. And then one more to add on to that. Mr. Sluisny down here was the SCISA Region 2 Player of the Year. And while we're talking about him, we might as well mention that he's also SCISA First Team All-State. That's a big group, guys. I've been a part of a lot of teams. That's a big group to get selected all region, and honestly, we could have probably added 2 or 3 more onto that list if I wanted to yell out enough. On to our team awards. Our team MVP this year is, we were just talking about him, this is the most decorated soccer player that's ever played at this school. This is a kid who people are going to be talking about for a long time, and these are some giant gloves to fill. This year's MVP is Evan Sluisny.
Let's go.
All right, next up we have our offensive player. This is funny because Matt is trying to get numbers in. And the offensive player, we had a lot of guys scoring goals. It was up in the air, and then we had a week where Anthony Hill scored 3 consecutive hat tricks. This year, our leading scorer was Anthony Hill. He's also our offensive MVP. You just stole it off the table? Our defensive MVP, this is another one. We could have given this award to 5 guys. Our back four and the goalkeeper. This is the strongest defensive team that I have ever been a part of. At times it made for some boring games for opposing teams, and that's always fun to watch for a coach. The one guy that stood out for his ability not only to play defense, but when we needed to step up in key moments, he always figured out a way to put a ball in the net. Our defensive MVP is going to be Mark Knight. Now that you've seen all their faces up here, I also need to mention that Mark Knight, Anthony Hill, and Evan Sluisny were all selected to play. We're all selected to play this year's North-South All-Star game. All right, our last award is the Shield Award. It's my favorite one because I was never good enough at anything to pile up enough statistics to get one of the cool awards. So I wanted to be like an awesome teammate. And this is a kid who's an awesome teammate. This young man paced us. This young man is level-headed. He's humble, and he grew as a soccer player and as a leader every second that he was on the field with us. This year's Shield Award goes to Sam Remble. All right, I'm almost done, I promise. Just some thank yous. First and foremost, the easy one. I want to thank these boys. That team that stood up at the beginning, the boys have been running back and forth. Guys, thank you for trusting your coaches. Thank you for showing up every single day. And thank you for building your culture. A lot of people look at coaches and say that that's what they do. No. It's the 24 of you bought in and built a culture that is going to be here for a minute. Thank you guys for that. This one's interesting because I've never had anything parents before. The public school world, you don't get a whole lot of parental help. So I got to thank these parents for all of the support, the food, the transportation, and again, the support. You guys were awesome. You traveled so well. We always had somebody to watch the middle of the field, and thank you for being at our games, and that means the world. Thank you guys so much. And that guy over there, Matt, Coach T, I appreciate you for allowing you to be me, really. I know that I'm not your typical coach. I appreciate you trusting the staff to build the program, and I appreciate you ordering a few banners, too. We would appreciate that, but thank you for everything you've done for us. You have been behind us 100% of the way. Couldn't have done without you. All right, last two, I promise. Only two more. Coach Nate, thank you for pushing these boys harder than any of us. Do we agree on that, guys?
Yes.
We're pushovers compared to Coach Nate. Pushing these boys harder than any of us, for holding them accountable, and huge for holding me accountable. Every now and then I need to be put in check, and this dude back here is good at that. And then, last but certainly not least, Coach Sanders. Coach, none of this happens without you. None of it. And I wrote that in. I'm an English teacher. That's in all caps. That means actually none of this happens without you. Thank you for all of the scheduling, the planning, the coordinating, the coaching, the listening, the guidance. Most of all, thank you for being a good coach. I appreciate everything you've done. You've been my arms and my eyes and my ears in the school. And when I got here, I said, I've never had a coach I didn't know before. But we fell right in and everything worked out perfectly. We owe a lot of our success to you. Thank you so much. You did it all.
I'm Coach Bobby Keenan. I'm coaching middle school soccer girls. And we've had two very outstanding years, last year and this year. And, we won the championship both years. And we have a core of girls that were just outstanding soccer players. And I always knew that I could, rely on them, and then we would plug in every place else, and it just seemed like every girl was a natural athlete, and so we're very blessed to have this support. The first award's going to be for Rookie of the Year, and we called her a rookie because it was her first year out, but she didn't play like a rookie. She's a 10th Gregory student, and so this was a little big for her, but she did great. April Kutai. Let me say, April was our goalie, and you don't know pressure until you play goalie. And let's see, the next award is the most improved award. And this award goes to Ava Desario. She played everywhere, and coming into this year, I was, very fortunate to have her back, and she definitely was the anchor to our defense. She played amazing all year long. MVP, this was a tough one because we definitely had girls that showed up. had one girl that just kind of made everything run. She was like a motor. And then another girl that just kind of finished everything. She finished scoring. If we needed to shut down somebody, she would do that. And Ayla Reynolds and Hollis, we had to get two for sure. The last award is the Shield Award, and this is a girl I've known for a while, her family, and just everything great about her. Good student, good athlete, and I've always seen how hard she worked. I just enjoyed to be around too. She always seemed to get targeted when we were on the field, but she withstood everything. Abby Ross. Anyway, I just want to thank everybody. It was a great year, and John Paul too has a lot to look forward to with girls soccer. Thank you.
If you're on the girls' varsity soccer team, can you please stand? The team finished their season at 5-1, and they continue to grow as a team and fought till the end of every game. Their determination to succeed led them to the team making it to the semifinals of the state tournament. We'll miss our 3 seniors as they helped tremendously to the success of the program. So thank you, Jessica Tilton, Brenna Frank, and Ashley Burke. And with a young team, the future looks bright. We're going to start with our defensive MVP. This individual continually fought and shut down key players of our opponents. She became an outstanding leader and gained the trust of teammates with her hard work and constructive communication. She was also on the first team All-Region. This award goes to Lauren Renner. Our offensive MVP goes to a player who scored our first 2 goals of the season and never stopped scoring goals, key goals for our team. She finished the season with 12 goals by the and showed patience and composure every time she had the ball at her foot. And as an 8th grader, this is only the beginning for her. She was also on the first team All-Region. This award goes to Sarah Castel. With such a young team this year, our Rookie of the Year goes to a player who initially started as a player who didn't want to play varsity but always wanted to work on developing her skill to be better for herself and her team. She ended up starting every game for us, and with Lauren held down our defensive line with her speed, determination, and ability to work back. She made 2nd team All-Region, and this award goes to Melanie. Our Shield Award goes to a senior who faced injury and came back stronger. She has been on varsity since her 8th grade year, and after suffering the knee injury, she came back as a playmaker in the center of the field for us, scoring and assisting most of our goals this season. Her work ethic, communication, and love for the game helped build this team and led to the success both on and off the field this season. She was also named to first team all region, and this award goes to her. And Paige Winiger has also made second team all region.
Okay, so my name is Brent Heathcott. I'm the coach of the JV softball team. Can I ask the JV girls to stand up, please? Where they're at, JV softball. We had a very young team, 6th grade through 9th grade. And we had quite a few girls who were new to softball, but they bought in and they played hard, they listened to the coaches, and I'm very happy to say we were 10-1 this year. 10-1. So the first award is most improved. Again, we had a lot of girls who were new this year, but they all love to play, and that's what you want as a coach. New but excited to learn. And one girl in particular was very new. And she came out and day one was just learning the basics, throwing the ball, catching the ball. But every practice she got better and better. Every time up to the plate she got better and better. She had a few key hits during the season and drove in some runs. And I'm really hoping that she continues to play softball because she improved a ton during the season. So most improved goes to Petra Grimes. Next award is, for lack of a better term, grit and determination. That's what it says on the plaque. We have 22 girls that play softball, varsity and JV. We only have 3 pitchers. So if you know any girls that pitch, tell them to come out for softball. So at JV, our pitcher was a 6th grader, and she pitched. We actually have 4 pitchers, but the 6th grader on JV pitched all of our innings this year, I think, except 4. And she found herself in some tough spots, but I left her out there, and I made her fight through them, and she did. And we played teams that were older than us, and I think she stacked up against any pitcher that we faced as a 6th grader. So grit and determination award goes to Ellie Heathcott. Last but not least, our Shield Award. This person was just a joy all season long. There was one game, the girls had to be out in the field by 3 o'clock, and a couple games in a row they were late. And this girl heard me grumbling because we had been late at practices as well. And I said, how come it's 3:05 but we got 3 or 4 girls here? And she said, Coach, can I talk to the team before we get started, once everybody's here? And I said, yes, you can. That's what we need, leadership. And so she called the girls together and she said, girls, we have to be here on time. We have to work hard. We got to be committed. We're a team that needs to be responsible to one another. And I was like, wow, I love this girl. She was awesome all year. She played through injuries. She made some diving catches in the outfield, and I'm sure girls didn't play outfield before. But just an awesome leader, and is going to, I think, be a darn good softball player. So the Shield Award for setting expectations and showing leadership goes to Kaylin Pesey.
This was a very good year for the softball program at JP2. We were very competitive with conference rivals and had some big wins against other schools. As a team, over 20 games, we scored 133 runs, and 130 stolen bases, 84 RBIs, and 5 home runs. This is also the first year that someone from our school has been chosen to play in a SPISA North-South All-Star game, and that would be 8th grader Tevin Mullen. I truly believe that this year set the expectations high for JP2 softball and that others will recognize us as a highly competitive team in the years to come. The first award I'm giving out is our Shield Award. So this player holds a strong identity in the classroom, the school, the softball field, and the surrounding community. She's involved in multiple clubs that allow her to help others in need and also to become the young leader that she is. She puts her best effort in all of her work, regardless of what it is. She's outspoken, but also disciplined. Audrey Snyder has a huge heart and is a great example of what JP2 stands for. Next award is the most improved. This player stepped on the field this year noticeably stronger than she left it last year. Although she is gifted with a great natural talent, her hard work and dedication cannot go unnoticed. She practices and works countless hours a week to strengthen her athletic ability, and it has truly shown. Not only has her physical game improved, but also her mental game and her self-confidence. Not only has this allowed Tevin Mullen to become a better version of herself, but also a better teammate for those around her. Alright, my top teammate award. This player was a big part of the backbone of our team this year and supported and motivated everyone around her. Even when she was having an off day of her own or just made an error, she instantly shook it off and made sure she was picking up her teammates. She never let anything outside of softball affect how she played or practiced, and her constant positive demeanor rubbed off on the other players. She cultivated a fun, accepting, and family-like environment. There were even some days that she put a smile on my face when I really needed it. For all these reasons and more, Samantha Riley is being recognized as our top teammate. Lastly, I would like to recognize the following players who received the all-conference recognition this year for softball. The 12th grader, Maddie Heathcott. 10th grader, Shelby Pinsky. And 8th grader, Tevin Mullen. in their athletes, and this season we had a regrowth season, gaining a majority of underclassmen. These athletes not only stepped into a varsity level competition, but also grew into a tight-knit, supportive family. Every practice, every time trial, and every meet, they stuck by one another and supported their teammates through their difficulties and success. Some highlights from the season, several school records were broken this season. Our first outstanding was Cameron Michael, who broke the school record in the 400-meter dash. Zoe Mast, she broke her own school record 3 different occasions in discus. So congrats to her. Zoe also went to states for discus, and to put a note on it, when she started in 8th grade, she was only throwing 40 feet for discus, and she ended her high school career throwing 83 feet and 3 inches. And our final school record breaker was Sebastian Frickle. He broke the 1600-meter record twice this year. So congrats. We also say goodbye to 5 seniors. Zoe Mast, Aiden Tibbet, Lissy Rendell, Greg McGuire, and Ian Wilson. We've been really honored to have coached these amazing athletes. A lot of them we've had since the beginning, 5 years ago, when we started the program. And we appreciate them for sticking it out through their entire career and for growing within our team. So we thank them so much. Now for awards. Starting with our Shield Award, the Shield Award recipients are the embodiment of JV2 and everything the school stands for. They step up with leadership, with discipleship, which we truly appreciate within this team. And those 2 recipients are Lissy Rendell and Aiden Tibbet. Our MVP awards go to the 2 athletes we feel have stepped up to provide the most consistent performances throughout the season. These 2 really kept consistency within the team. One of them is new this year, and one of them is a senior and a veteran of track. These 2 are Zoe Mast and Ephraim Jimenez. And then our Most Improved Award is going to 2 athletes who have been giving 110% our entire season, and we're open to trying new events. If you've ever seen track and field, you'll know that there are so many events to choose from, and both of these people stepped up and tried things that they've never done before. Those 2 for Most Improved are Trice McClure and Greg McGuire. And finally, the Coaches Award is given to 2 individuals who naturally step up as leaders. Despite being a part of a younger group on the team, these 2 stepped up as supporters through practice and at meets. And these 2 people are Lily Termini and Tim McGuire. And we just wanted to say thank you to our administrators. We want to thank Mac Tamminen, who has really just been with us through the start. He supported us through every obstacle from figuring out where to throw discus consistently and not hit cars, and where to position our runners, and to just support us through everything that we've been through. And we've also like to thank John McCarthy for just supporting us through our several seasons that you've seen, and hopefully many more. So we thank you. And that's all I got.
Almost there. All right, this award is the male just male best athlete of the year. I think if you've paid attention to the awards given out tonight, you've seen this gentleman get called up quite a few times. I think every coach he has kind of expressed the same thing. One of your better players, one of your better attitudes, one of the people you always want on your team. This player was all-state and all-region in football, basketball, and soccer. To nobody's surprise, the senior male athlete of the year is Mark Knight.
I don't know how fast you all want me to be, because I could talk about this kid for days, but I won't. This year's female athlete of the year is someone who's made quite an impression on her teammates, her coaches, and her opponents. She's excelled on both the basketball court and the softball field. She's earned first team all region for both. She's captained both teams. She's motivated both teams. In 2 short years, she's racked up more points and rebounds than most who have ever played on this basketball court. And as good as she is on the court, she's even a better person. She's by faith, and it's contagious. You can hear it in her words, and you can see it in her actions. I'm so blessed to have been her coach. This year's female athlete of the year is Maddie Hancock.
As we're about to conclude tonight, I'm going to announce the new athletic director and assistant athletic director at JV2. But before I do, I'd just like to take a moment to thank our current and outgoing athletic director. I've been a principal for a long, long time, as many of you know, and one of the most important jobs in a school is that of athletic director. It keeps problems off of my desk. It allows me to do what I need to do. And if I don't have a good athletic director, then I find myself mired in problems that I didn't create. Mac Tamminen is the best I've ever seen at managing problems at this level. We are going to miss him tremendously. I know that in particular because I know how good he has been. So Mac, thank you so much, and you've done a great job. new athletic director and assistant athletic director, I had a committee who helped me make this decision, and it was a very difficult one. But I want to thank the committee, my coach representatives, Coach Myers and Coach Floyd. Thank you very much for the time that you took to do this. Mrs. Renbold, who we even virtually jumped in from Florida to be part of the interviews. Our Dean of Students, Mr. Robert Collar, our Booster Club President, Mr. Joshua Horton, and our Director of Finance, Mrs. Karina Chandler. We had over 40 applicants for this job. We interviewed 11 candidates all the way from Rhode Island to Florida and a bunch of states in between. A lot of people wanted this job. I don't know why, Mac, but they did. But anyways, we narrowed it down to those 11 and we interviewed all of them, and it took us a very long time. And we decided that the selected candidates needed to match our criteria of understanding the role of athletics in middle and high school. That character development, building confidence, and understanding the value of teamwork came before winning championships. They had to place an emphasis on academics over athletics and complement our faith and family culture. Most of all, they had to have a passion for athletics and working with student athletes to get the very best out of them. We wanted them to build a championship caliber athletic program, but more importantly, to do it the right way. We are going to be selecting a new assistant athletic director tonight to replace Coach Myers. Coach Myers isn't going anywhere. He's staying on as our head football coach. But because this job has become so big, because we have over 120 new students coming in next year, we needed somebody on campus to both help with the athletic program as well as to teach physical education. We did not have to look very far to find this person. He has a passion for JP2 that is matched only by our selection for athletic director. He literally bleeds blue and gold. The next assistant AD for JP2 is the current assistant athletic director at Bridges Prep, and our And now, for the new athletic director. Not only did they have to have all those qualities that I just mentioned, they also had to have project management experience because we're going to be building out our athletic fields over the next 3 years. We were fortunate to find someone who started and ran a successful business. And there is no better project management experience than that. Our new AD has been a successful coach and athletic director. They understand the importance of academics first, with their team regularly achieving the highest GPA. When this team takes the court, they are well prepared for the competition, but more importantly, the athletes exhibit pure joy for the sport and a team-first mentality. This is the type of team we want all JP sports to aspire to be, and we have no doubt they will, under the direction of the new Director of Athletics at John Paul II Catholic School, Mrs. Louise Sanders. Okay, thank you for coming. I think we're going to outgrow this place next year. But anyways, thank you for coming. Great season, and see you next year.